The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat postgame show.
Fuck. Fuck! Fuck!
I mean, that works for me. Like, it's fine.
Fuck, man.
Fuck.
Fuck! I'm not sure what to say. Usually I come here after a loss. I have some inspirational shit for next game. Blah blah. I'm not ripping Jimmy for that three. I know people want me to rip Jimmy for the three. Listen, Jimmy scored 35 tonight. He wanted to close that shit out. He wanted to end it. He wanted to kill shot. He wanted to go the fuck home. The nigga's tired. He's exhausted. I've been a Heat fan since 1995 when Pat Riley came through. Today I played If You Feel the Heat Down in Your Soul for the first time with my wife. She was like, "What is this corny shit?" I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Whoa.
I said, "I know you my wife. I know you about to have my baby, but a divorce is still possible." She said that shit was corny. I was like, "Nah, man, that was the anthem." I remember that shit on Channel 29, Channel 33, WBFS, all that kind of shit. Pat Riley with some tight fucking Z Cavaricci shorts. Feel the heat down there. Listen, I've been a Heat
clap
fan
your
for a long-
hands.
Clap your hands, everybody. I don't know. That was kind of racist, that guy. That was racist. But I've been a Heat fan for a long fucking time. And I've seen a lot of Heat teams just be good and be strong and just get to that pivotal game, and Allen Houston and all kinds of shit happens. I would say this, whether a championship or not, this is legit one of my favorite Miami Heat teams, one of my favorite Miami Heat seasons of all time. Like, I will legit say that. Like, this team has given me so much joy this year. Like, it legit, like Pepas, fucking the Depot game, all the games, Kyle Guy, you know what I mean? Games with Yurt dropping 20 and 10. Like, this whole season has just been so much fucking fun. And tonight sucked, man. Like, it sucked. They deserve so much better. Like, Tyler Hero deserves better than to go out like that after a 6 Man of the Year campaign and can't barely get on the court. Yeah, like drip drop tears. You know what I mean? Like, Tyler Hero deserves better. Jimmy Butler deserves better after coming back from a knee injury that he probably shouldn't be playing tonight, still dropping 35. Bam Adebayo deserves better after a legit Defensive Player of the Year campaign without being recognized for it. PJ Tucker deserves better than to barely play in the second half because he just can't go anymore. Max Strus, after everything he's been through, climbing out of the fucking G League and DePaul and wherever the fuck he was at, like, he deserves better than this. Like, the Heat, this team, Eric Spoelstra, the coaching staff deserves better. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is playoff basketball. A lot of times it ends up being a war of attrition. And at the end of the day, the Heat just did not have enough. And even in this game where it felt like they were done, they still clawed back. And once again, they came up short. And it just sucks. It sucks. And I'm sorry. I feel bad for Heat Nation. I feel bad for this team. I feel bad for the panel tonight. But what I will say is, man, we got to see one of the great seasons in Miami Heat history. Take me out, Brass. Round of applause. Honestly, round of applause for this team and what they accomplished this year. Like I'm so proud of them. I'm mad proud of what they've been able to do. I'm Alphonse Sidney, aka Alf954. If you're watching live on Twitch, thank you. Hit us with them subs, blah blah blah. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, God bless your heart, because this was a heartbreaking ass night, a heartbreaking ass loss. If you're listening on the way to work on Memorial Day, find a better job. Fuck them. You shouldn't have to work on Memorial Day. Do they not care about the troops? You fucking communists.
I needed that.
Brass. I don't want to find out who. I want to know what we're drinking, and I want to know your player of the year for Miami tonight. Like, I don't want to hear who kicked their ass. I don't want fucking analysis on this game. Who messed up the pick and roll? Who didn't drop? Who didn't spread? Who didn't? Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. I just want to know who was your player of the year for Miami. Go ahead, Brass. Your player of the season.
You were muted. No one heard you.
Yeah, you were muted.
Go
Where
ahead.
you start?
Oh, sorry. Moose, go ahead with your player of the season.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, as you know, I'm drinking the monkey shoulder. Tonight I'm drinking just, out of pain and sorrow. So that bottle will be cashed by the end of the night. Player of the season. I would love to go with my guy Drip Drop, since it was the year of the Drip Drop and he was sixth man of the year and all that. But listen, I want to give it to PJ, just because in case we go around and it doesn't come back to him, and we're always saying he's a glue guy. And I feel like we missed him tonight in the second half. I know he wasn't playing well in the first half, but I like to go out with the guys I trust, and I trust PJ. He's been doing it for us all year. I would love to see him back next season. So my player of the year was PJ Tucker.
Absolutely. Tiff,
Yep.
who was your player of the year?
I'm going to go ahead and ride on out into the sunset with him. Max. Listen, like you said, picked himself up by his bootstraps and got himself to the league. Listen, he had one of the biggest turnarounds of the season. Nobody expected him to do what he did. He came in, he contributed to the team. He did all he could. He gave you all he could, and that's what it is. And you hope he's better for it next year. That's what you hope.
Oh yeah.
Brass, player of the game.
Well, player of the season.
Season, I'm sorry.
Listen,
I forgot my own
man.
rule.
I'm gonna go for the season, the postseason. I'm gonna go with Jimmy Butler, man, because people really counted him out. He started off the season. People forget how dominant Jimmy was to start the season, and then he went down with an injury for quite some time, and was still able to shake that shit off and have yet again another dominating performance throughout the postseason this year, and got us one win from the fucking finals. I mean, there are few players that are able to really fight through and do what he can do, and especially in the minutes that he logged in this series too was it's just incredible. And for all the people that were talking this season about, like, oh, you look at how expensive Jimmy's gonna get, I got news for you. He's still worth it right now. All right. Now, a couple of seasons down the line, we'll cross that fucking bridge, people. But right now, we have one of the truly more dominant players in the NBA, and I just think we should appreciate that while we have him, because he is legitimately. I've been a Heat fan since day one of their inaugural season. All right, I was really young, but I was there. I've been a diehard Homer fan this whole time, and Jimmy Butler is legitimately one of my top, at least top three favorite players of all time on this team. So let's enjoy him, man, because he's fucking awesome.
Well said.
Bond.
And I'm drinking vodka out of the bottle because
Yeah.
Nice.
Apparently, liquor stores around me close at 10, and I needed to get more. So I had to get this. It says vodka and seltzer and real juice. Probably why we lost, because I was drinking fucking Trulies. Bond, who's your player of the year?
I'm gonna agree with Tana, whatever that last comment was, and give it to my guy Gabe. I think there were a lot of questions coming into the season about what we look like at backup point, and where would this team go in this bench lineup to steady itself, because you knew that you needed Tyler to score. And we see kind of what we look like without that 17 to 20 points right there, and so. Just becoming a better shooter, re-locking into his defensive principles, and becoming a better playmaker, steadier with the ball, making better decisions, not afraid, missing shots, but still attacking and try to press something and make something happen. Not afraid to put his nose in there and just play. And you don't get through that stretch where we were without Jimmy and when we were without Bam, and we had Kyle and the rest of the G Leaguers, but you don't get through that without some Gabe Vincent, and so that is my guy. Super happy for him the season he had, and excited to see what he looks like off of an off season where going into next season he'll be even a bit more assured of what he can do with this team and where he has a place at with his roster.
Kenny, your player of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of somber here, and it's not really my mood at all. So I'm gonna go ahead. Look, my player of the year is everybody. Look, I understand the final result is not what we wanted, but fuck that shit. At the end of the day, look, they got swept last year in embarrassing fashion. They came back with a pretty much completely new team, and they were a quarter away from the finals. We got to understand that. That's almost 2 finals in 3 years of Jimmy Butler. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm celebrating this season. I got no issues with nothing. I don't care about what could have happened at the deadline or this other shit. This Miami Heat team has given me nothing but joy all year. I've been enjoying the year all year, and I'm sure there's people watching, little weird people who want to know how me and Alf are going to react to this end of it. I don't speak for Alf. I've loved every minute of this season, and so the championship didn't come home, but at the end of the day, if anyone's disappointed or heartbroken, it's because this team made you feel like they had a real shot at it, and that's a fucking huge difference from last season. So hey, round of applause to the Heat again from me. I got no complaints. My player of the game is everybody.
Love it.
Player of the year.
I like it.
I agree.
I like it, Kenny.
That was beautiful, Kenny. And if I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be, because if honestly, I guess one of my favorite seasons to watch, but as far as content creation, it's probably one of the most miserable seasons I've ever had to endure as a content creator. I've been doing this since 2015 with Miami Heat Beat and 5 Reasons Sports. This is probably the most miserable season I've ever had to endure. And well, I'm not going to get into that tonight, but it's been a complete fucking misery. And it should have been fun.
Wow, we can hear you, Alf. Jesus.
Right,
Yo,
like,
what the fuck did we do?
Pump up speech. That's what you hit us
Jesus,
with?
man.
I'm sorry.
Think about how one time I was starting to feel a little bit better.
Believe me,
I know
it
what
ain't y'all.
I was talking about, though. It's not us.
It ain't
I
y'all.
get that, but shit.
I'm sorry. I just had to get that shit off because we're just saying oh, this has been a great season. I'm gonna tell you right now, this shit's been a fucking misery sometimes.
Yeah, but imagine if you were just watching as a fan though, and you didn't have Twitter. Didn't know what Twitter was.
Watching it, I've had a great time. I've enjoyed the fuck out of this team. This team,
100%.
It's so enjoyable. They
This team-
fought and scratched every time.
To the
Jimmy
last
and Bam were
second.
out for 2 months. Everyone's if they can just be 500, if they can just be 500, man, that's a win. If they can stay around the 4 or 5 seed, they came out of that shit as a 2 seed. They were way above. I mean, this team has been enjoyable as shit to watch all season, and man, and it really fucks with me that so many of us as Heat fans decided not to enjoy this, not to appreciate these guys, but instead, like, just be fucking miserable, like night after night, game after game, win or loss. Like
Fuck 'em.
it bothers me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it didn't bother me. I'm like, it did. It really did. Like it's put a damper on a night like tonight, where like I would love to just celebrate this team, but man, Alfred Shmita says Alf really hit us with it's not me, it's you. It is you. But anyway,
one thing to celebrate the game, do that.
what's that?
You said you want to celebrate the team. You want to celebrate this, like the run. I feel like we still can.
Listen, I think it's impressive. For a lot of the game, I felt like we were playing 8 versus 5. So I think it's very impressive that we got back in it there at the end. Why it hurts so bad? We let it slip away. Credit to Jimmy. We're not in this game without Jimmy being fucking incredible, playing at this high Jordan level in every single win that we have. Where it hurts is that it's going to be an afterthought now because we didn't close it out. Not to the people here in Miami. Talking about national media, and that's gonna suck. You know, we're not gonna hear that much about Jimmy's performance in the, you know, in the long run because we ultimately didn't close it, and we had it right there at the end. And then Jimmy went for the kill shot, which you live and die with your superstar. So I'm not gonna harp on that, but that was ultimately, you know, where we let the game get away.
Tim, go ahead, give your thoughts.
I don't even know where to go after all of that just happened. I don't have any. Listen, I enjoyed watching Jimmy become Super Jimmy. Like that's amazing. I enjoyed watching like the maturation process of Hero this season because like you're not even at this point. Shut up. You're not even at this point without what he gave us all season. I enjoyed watching Gabe. I enjoyed watching Max. You know, all of a sudden we had 2 twins on the team. Then we had 1 twin. Then we had a twin and a half. And then we went back to having a twin. So, you know, it's a lot happening on this team. Listen, you hurt because you were right there. Like, it was literally in the palm of your hands. It was right there. That's why you hurt, you're upset, and everybody's allowed to be all these things. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to y'all. Tomorrow's Monday. I ain't got work tomorrow. The sun's going to rise. Bacon's going to smell like pig. And we're going to move on.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting off season, but I don't care about that shit right now. It's just like, again, I can't say enough about this team. You got Gabe and Max who came from nothing. You got Oladipo coming back, showing he's Victor Oladipo at times, but he's still an NBA player. He can still get shit done. Man, PJ Tucker still got some stuff in the tank. Kyle played well tonight. Bam, defensive player of the year. I think I'm still going to call him that the same way I still call Wade 09 MVP. Great season. Is what it is. I'm not worried about it. To the negative people, once again, fuck them. Who cares?
Brass, your thoughts on the season as a whole.
My thoughts going into the season, we had some high hopes, but without being overly cocky, which obviously we can be, I don't think going 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't see a scenario where you can really look at that with any like actual disappointment. And you're losing to a Celtics team that is really good. I can't stress that enough. They're really, really good. Yes. And we went 7 games with them. And this game was tight. All right. So I don't really understand how you could look at it as is it disappointing? Yeah, of course it's disappointing. You're 4 points away from fucking, getting in, and really we're 1 point away because that Max thing never should have been overturned. But whatever. We don't need to worry about it. We don't need to get into that.
The fix is in.
Right. But so it's disappointing, but I just don't see how you can really be disappointed. I mean, we as Heat fans, I think, can have kind of been spoiled, really, since in the last, in the last 15 years or whatever, and like because we've been in the big game for so long, right? We have been in the finals so often that you kind of take it for granted, and then you get in your head and you start listening to the opinions of others, and you start thinking, oh yeah, maybe it is disappointing. Honestly, like it's not. All right, like it's fine to be upset. I'm upset, but like, fuck, like next season's another season. We were just in the finals 2 years ago. Like I don't. This is nothing to be truly saddened by, and I don't want to hear any fucking "I told you so's" out there for what the final result is on this season. I really don't. So listen, we came really fucking close. Really fucking close. So that's it, man. I'm perfectly content. You know, it hurts now. Tomorrow, I'm going to feel fine. And let's go Golden State.
Bon, your thoughts on the season as a whole?
I am proud of the way that they put it all together. Appreciate the way that they start. Appreciate my own individual feelings about the start and some of the things that I felt like needed tightening kind of throughout. Jimmy Bam went down, and I was really excited by the pieces that were still there, the way that they were playing, and the way that they were getting things done, and what that chemistry started to feel like. Understanding that it would be pretty important to this stage in the season, given what Miami's roster is, and just, you know, the nature of the playoffs and how reliant they've all been on each other. And so to see that group get really good in-season run, and I think you saw proof and saw evidence of that throughout kind of this playoff run. Did some of its maybe water reach its level? Possibly, but I still don't even know that I feel comfortable saying that. All throughout this series, I thought that they got extremely good looks. And I think everyone, you all can feel how you want to feel. I'm going to feel how I feel, and not that I'm disappointed in them, but kind of in the results, in that they got so many good looks and so many good opportunities. Jimmy played incredibly. I think he answered whatever pieces of questions were had about him, and it doesn't have to be done with flash and flamboyancy and all of this, and just be hard nosed and intentional about the work, and you can get it done that way. I'm really proud and happy for him. I'm gonna say it, and I don't care. I don't like that shot. I think you've done so much to claw yourself back. I think that shot is a discredit to the building energy and momentum that you had swung your way. I just needed them to trust kind of that they had it. I know he was tired. I know he wanted to kind of get it out, but you know, he had been running by himself for a good stretch of that game, I know. But at that point, at least at them 45 seconds, they were with him. Kyle had done some crazy shit. Max had done some shit. Bam was giving those timely buckets throughout the game to where, you know, it kept it between 8 to 13 and not 17 to 20. And I think you kind of ride that. You put your head down and you get to the basket. If anyone's earned that right to take that shot, it is him. That said, you can take me out. I'm happy for them in the season they had. I have my questions. I want to see what comes next. And I do wonder if they don't feel maybe, people get older. Kyle's getting older. Injuries get worse, whatever. They got really far, but I can't help but feel like, damn, that could have been a cool one to go ahead and snatch. But I'm proud of the group nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm proud of these guys. I look at them and I'm like, I don't know how they would have looked against Golden State. I love the fact that they won Game 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they go out in Game 6. There's a lot, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of questioning this team, questioning the build, questioning roster construction, questioning everything. They lose Game 7 by only 4. They had a really good chance to tie it up. Well, however you feel about the Jimmy shot is the way you feel about the Jimmy shot. I mean, I saw the Jimmy shot. I tweeted, "God damn it, Jimmy!" Like that was my reaction to it. It wasn't like, "Oh yeah, he should have shot that." I think in hindsight, we all like, "Yeah, he deserved that. He deserved to shoot that." But at the time, we were all like, "What the fuck is he doing?" You know what I mean?
So,
Like, go ahead, Moose. You're muted, Muse. Moose. I said Muse.
I was saying just to like back up
Muse.
everybody's point. Like, yes, it hurts right now because, it's disappointing and all that. But I hope when we look back at it, we remember that there were way more high moments than low moments.
Mhm.
And this team, like, they went through so much adversity. God, I'm drunk. This is the most culturiest, grittiest, toughest team. Like, I just want to make sure that we don't forget the ride that they gave us overall, because every day tonight split that fucking mantra t-shirt that we all fucking live by. Hardest working, toughest, nastiest. If this team was just a little bit healthier, made 1 or 2 more shots, and the refs didn't overturn that fucking bullshit shot, it's a whole different, narrative tonight. But this team gave us fucking everything this season, and that's, as fans, all we can ask for.
They did, and I want to say, like, I think part of the reason that it feels so bad right now is because we haven't had a real reason to feel bad about this team the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly.
We really haven't. There's been a lot of, there's been, ups and downs with injuries and stuff, but this team persevered throughout. I mean, the adversity this team fucking faces here is remarkable. Other teams face a lot of injuries too, but they weren't able to go up the fucking ladder. Right? I mean, they got better with injury, and they figured it out. And again, this Spo's coaching. There have been a couple of questionable things in the postseason. I mean, but individual games could be that way. But as far as like a season as a whole, a fucking wonderful season by Spoelstra, a total masterclass. And let's just be fucking grateful for that.
I do want to say one thing tonight about Bam, because Bam gets all the shade thrown his way. All the shade thrown his way. Like, listen, like, I have this thing about defending Heat players that I feel like get unfairly chastised. And Bam is one of those guys who's been getting his ass killed all year. Tonight, 12 for 21, 25 points, 11 rebounds, right? And one of the things that I've always been frustrated about the Bam conversation is it ain't about his offense. Like, if he can score all he wants, but if you go 6 for 30 from 3, it almost doesn't matter. Like, this team is built so heavily on the 3-point shot. And I like, one of the things that is disheartening about this Eastern Conference Finals is that this team went from the best 3-point shooting team in the league to one of the historically worst conference finals 3-point shooting teams. And they still went 7 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is wild. Like, that is on the backs of Jimmy. That's on the backs of Bam. That is on the backs of a lot of guys who just willed their team to 7 games. This team just couldn't. When it came time to matter, this team just couldn't shoot. They really could, and that's the thing that's disheartening to me. It's like, man, everything else they held Boston to 100 points. They lost games where they held Boston under 100 points. Lost games. And that's a lot of times that's about the 3-point shooting. And the 3-point shooting from the regular season did not hold up in the playoffs. And to me, that's one of the biggest reasons we're not going to the finals. Beyond that, the injuries. And honestly, I don't want to hear nothing about officials. I really don't. You hit some open threes, the officials don't even come into play. So the Dark Province says, my girl asking, oh, you're going to watch your drunk podcast again? Hell yeah, I will. This season is far more entertaining when you follow Miami Heat beat. We appreciate you, Dark Province.
You tell her you're going to watch it one more time.
Go and watch your little drunk podcast. Right. Go and watch a little drunk time.
Fun
Little
fact, that was
drunk
actually the
fire.
backup name for this show.
Get out of my face.
I see a lot of Bam comments. I'm not putting them up. Shut up.
Yeah, don't.
No,
People
man,
are mad
Bam
at
was
him now for,
aggressive
for
tonight.
not shooting
Bam
jumpers. It never
Bam
ends.
played
It's
Well,
so
what do you?
dumb.
You're still mad at Bam.
Bam played
Like,
well.
Bam
Aggressive
People are
Bam
idiots,
came
man.
through.
I am for critiquing Bam when necessary. It is
Right.
Sure.
But tonight is not the night.
It's unfair to do that tonight.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Stop that.
And you can't
Tonight's
say,
not
and
the
you know,
night.
because I'm not even going to put the comment. I don't even want to draw too much
Yeah,
attention
don't.
to it.
It's nothing.
But to say that Bam were aggressive the whole series, then they would have won this. You know, like really, are you doing that? Did you look at the fucking shooting for this series?
Bam
Like,
could,
fuck,
Bam
you're
could
an
score
idiot.
30 points a game this series,
Don't be
and they're
such
losing
a
it
fucking idiot
because
God
you're
damn
not
it.
fucking. You can't shoot. You're not shooting. You can't shoot.
So
Like
stupid.
you're historically bad from three in the conference finals. Historically bad.
Hate comments and just leave them correct where they are. Everybody. It's like let things
Yeah.
be right where they are.
Exactly. I'm
And
not
don't try
picking
to
it up.
push it to apply to nothing else. Just let things be.
Long time
There,
ago.
to critique him tonight though is absurd. That doesn't
People
make sense.
love Brass.
Gumby he
Brassjazz.
says my wife watches the replay on YouTube just because of Brass.
Oh,
Hey.
let me find out.
Hey, hubba hubba.
Good season.
Man, I'm pissed tonight, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
pissed. I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm fucking angry. I'm just mad. I'm mad.
'Cause
at
it was
the
right
fucking way-
there.
That's
It was.
It's not even about that.
That's not even what he's
because-
mad at.
I'm mad because like they're not gonna get their due,
I'm
and it's
o-
like
Yeah.
Alf, don't be
Yes.
mad. Don't be mad
Yeah.
because of that. Don't be mad
I'm
because
ma-
of that.
I'm
You
not
gonna be
mad
mad
that
for the
Jimmy's
rest of the.
gonna get his
No,
due.
shut up, Moose. Can I just say it? You gonna be mad for the rest of your life because they're
Yeah.
never gonna get their due. They don't have that quote unquote superstar, right? It's not the sexy location. All the cokeheads leave before the game is over, so they're not getting their due. Alf, don't be mad at that. Spend your time wisely. Let that shit go. Cause the media is never gonna love them. They don't love them hoes. Take me out, Brass. They never gonna love them. I came to that conclusion early this year when we had a fucking all bench lineup. We didn't even know them with Kyle, and we won the fucking game by 20 points. And you know what they said? Nothing.
yeah.
So that told you everything you needed to know, because that's the story. That was supposed to be the story of the season. How they keep coming together, how they keep figuring it out, how they got this far. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, these names on the paper, I wouldn't pick that team.
Nobody.
If somebody,
would. We all
no,
don't.
exactly. So that should have been the story. All these no names, and they just keep getting it done. They don't care. They want the sexy market. They want the people that aren't playing. They rooting for LeBron bald head ass right now.
Yeah.
That's who they rooting for. They
out
still
here-
think Ben Simmons gonna play this season. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And I get you. I get you. It's just, sometimes like you want the teams that you appreciate, you root for them, you want them to be recognized for their
Right.
greatness. It's just like every time a greatest shooting guard of all time list comes out and if they got Wade 6, we all get mad. Like we're like, who the fuck is they put him after Bob Cousy and Jerry West and a bunch of dudes who played in fucking moccasins. Like, come on. Fuck out of here. You played in clogs. Like, why dudes played in sandals and shit. Jesus sandals with the leather straps.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, like you do, like there is something to be
Air
said, like,
Jerusalems.
yeah, right? You know? The Nazareth ones. You know what I mean? Like,
Woo, boy.
Any era of basketball that you can play the what's his fucking name? The Benny Hill music over and it makes sense. I don't want to hear about. I'm good on that. Just keep it 3-point line and on. I don't want to hear about these old Celtics quote unquote greats. Fucking, they won all them championships. Those eight teams in the league. Best team skipped the first round. If we're talking about fraud championships, we can get into that, but we're not going to.
Hey, I'd ride with that best team skip the first round right now.
Right.
Hey, it would have helped the Heat this year.
Okay, so I have a question for y'all. And I'm gonna go around the horn. Who you rooting for the next round? Because there's a part of me that wants the Heat to lose to the eventual champion for 3 years straight. And there's another part of me that wants Boston to get fucking whacked.
No, Boston get fucked. That's my. Who's next?
Okay, so Brad says Boston gets fucked. Go ahead, Moose.
Well, okay, so normally I like to root for the team that beat me because I do think there is something to be said to lose to the champions. But yes, fuck Boston, and I love greatness. I just love Klay Thompson. I got to go Golden State in this one. I think they're going to fucking destroy them.
Tiff?
Man, I don't want neither one of them winning. I don't want neither one of them there. Like, I don't want to live in a world where Draymond Green.
It's Draymond. If Draymond hadn't said anything at all,
right. Like, I don't want to live in a world where Draymond get another ring. I don't want to live in a world where I gotta fucking look at Deuce on TV anymore. Like, I don't want it. But if it was like all for the marbles, I mean, I am a Michael Jordan lover, so I'm gonna ride with Steve Kerr.
There you go. All right, you got there.
Brad says.
You got
We don't care how you get there.
I don't care how you do it.
We got 3 Golden State.
Take the long road.
Ron,
That's fine.
who you rooting for?
So everything else says Golden State. I really wish Draymond hadn't opened his mouth the other day because it was unnecessary, and that wasn't what he was going to say. He did let himself get peer pressured into it.
Yep.
He could have just continued to answer the question the way in which he was going about answer the question, and then he got all big dicked in Draymond and got
crowd got to him.
He did, and so he said we played cool, and I know he's probably doing victory laps because they eventually went on Miami. I love Golden State. I love the way that they play. I want them to win, but I don't want him to feel good things.
Think about all the Boston fans.
I don't care about fans. I like the Boston team. I'll go with Golden State though.
There you go. Again, you got there too. Kenny, I know you're not going to let me down. I'm not worried about Kenny here.
I'm going Golden State. Aside from the little dumbass comment, I actually do love Draymond, but that comment, I'm just erasing from my mind. I like Draymond. So I'll be rooting for them. Obviously, Steph, obviously, Klay. You don't want to see Boston happy. They desegregated schools the same year Will Smith dropped. Parents just don't understand. They don't deserve happiness. We're good on that. So I'm going Warriors in 5. Shout out to the Bay Area.
I'm much more upset at Draymond for 2016.
Oh yeah,
the Nutterfly effect really fucked up the league.
Over that one. Yeah.
Nutterfly effect.
Yeah, that really fucked everything up.
That is hilarious.
Brass, I'm looking in the private chat, and apparently we have a guest.
Why? Who?
I don't think none of the listen. On a night
Hey,
like
my
tonight,
friend.
I don't think none of us want to hear from no fucking guest, no special appearance, no press conference. But apparently, this motherfucker wants to come in and say something. So
It's gonna be fucking
Never
like
goes
this
when
guy.
this guy speaks though. Come on.
I guess we gotta. Honestly, he took time out. I guess we gotta talk to him.
You want to do this and not Moose of the movies first?
We're already here.
Are we're gonna make
Didn't look at the
this
show
man wait?
sheet. It's okay. Didn't look at the show sheet. It's good. Go.
I'm fine with making him wait if you wanted this to be the out.
Okay, you want to do Moose at the movies first, and make this motherfucker wait?
Yeah, fuck him. I hate this guy.
Yeah,
right,
nobody
fuck it.
likes that guy, Alf. Check the show sheet.
All right, let's do Moose at the movies first. It's time for Moose at the movies.
One man, 2 desires. Drip dropping cinema. It's Moose at the movies. Powered by Streambeat.
Now that's a segue. Ladies and gentlemen, the beauty of cinema is completely disconnecting yourself from reality while getting lost in a riveting narrative supported by dynamic character development and surprising and or thrilling turn of events. That's why tonight Moose at the Movies is going to take our minds off the current NBA scene and instead look at the real unsung heroes of the game. The people that really put their blood, sweat, and tears into this one. The ones that live and breathe by every basket. I'm talking about the fans. And in this movie, we're going to look at two fans who managed to take the game into their own hands by kidnapping the other team's star player. So sit back and relax, because tonight we're looking at Celtic Pride.
Motherfucker. Moose, no, we're not doing fucking Celtic Pride, dude.
No?
God damn it. No, fuck the Celtics.
All right,
Have we not been over this before? Fuck, man.
Okay, all right,
Celtic.
fine. We can do a different one, but it's
Celtic
okay. I have another script here. Okay, so this is good. This is a good horror film. The 1993 classic, The Leprechaun.
No, fuck leprechauns. What are you doing, man?
Okay, all right, okay, fine. You know what? Screw a movie. Let's just do a quick TV show. Tonight's a hard 30 anyways, although it's 45 minutes. The vibe is ruined. Let's just go with Kenny's favorite show. Okay, does that work? There's no leprechauns, no whites, and it's set in Washington, D.C.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Let's go.
Okay, perfect. So tonight we're gonna break down Smart Guy. Okay,
Yes.
in this WB, I knew you'd like that, Kenny. In this WB staple set in the year 1997, when TJ Henderson, a super intelligent, fine young gentleman, a 10-year-old whiz kid bust in high school, a pugnacious little shorty with 1,000 IQ. That's right, little prepubescent egghead is so smart that he skips like 6 years worth of high school, going from 4th to 10th grade, joining the same class as his 15-year-old brother, Marcus Henderson. And in this tall tale episode, wordplay, TJ goes back. TJ becomes the school mascot to get closer to his brother, the star basketball player. Now, the team is trash. At this point in the season, they're more focused on the after-game honeys, which was 1997 vernacular for chicken head thotties. At halftime, the head coach, thank you, is so frustrated. That's about basketball-wise. Is so frustrated with the team's performance, he walks out and quits on the spot. Okay. At this moment, the ref is about to call the game when TJ cites the DC Athletic Education Program, Rule 32B, Subdivision 7, that states every team has the right to delegate one person as their interim head coach as long as they have a current affiliation to the school, i.e. current staff and or players. The ref says, oh yeah, I knew about that rule. So go ahead, go for it. And boom, TJ just becomes the head coach. He talked himself into it. It was a fake rule. He goes from the mascot to head coach. I mean, imagine Bernie just pushing Spo off the bench and trying to get guys to attack the paint and switch to a 2-3 zone. Gotta admit, the mascot to head coach is way more impressive than video coordinator to head coach. So now TJ is calling plays and getting guys to buy into the team, and they start to make a comeback. They go from down 35 at the half to losing the game by only 9 points. The team is overjoyed because they won 2 quarters. If the biggest celebration of the season, the players even invite TJ out to celebrate with them at the local Dairy Queen. For just one night, this 10-year-old kid is finally accepted by his classmates and looked at as a peer, not some weirdy, nerdy kid. It's a beautiful story. TJ even starts dressing like Pat Riley, completely buying into the coach persona, holding grueling practices and demanding that his players buy into becoming the hardest working, best conditioned, most professional, unselfish, toughest, meanest, nastiest team in DC high school athletics. The team's like, yeah, go team. The next day, the school's principal gathers the team into the gym to congratulate them on their hard-fought loss.
Is that Stan Van Gundy?
Yes, and to introduce them to their brand new head coach, the French teacher, whose previous athletic experience was watching Tour de France on television. And just like that, another young, promising African-American head coach was replaced by an undeserving white.
Nice.
The end. The show was all right. Best part, honestly, was the theme song. He's a smart guy. I like when he goes, man, your brother is smart. That's my favorite. I'd give it a couple drip drops. Honestly, my Celtic Pride monologue was funnier, so come back for that next season. Brass, take me out.
Nice, Musibay. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
It's stuck. Like, all week I've been going, man, your brother is smart. It's a good
Nations is a
drop.
crazy word to use for rap, though.
What's that, Al?
Taj Mowry just looks like Jason Tatum all grown up. And we just lost the smart guy, the adult version.
Deuce looks like smart
You
guy.
said it backwards. Which one is it?
Sorry. Tatum looks like Taj Mowry just all grown up.
I like the way you said it the first time, honestly.
Same thing. It's an elongated version of that little sorry motherfucker. All right. Do y'all want to go to this? Like, he's been waiting. I guess he got nothing better to do. Do you guys want to talk to this dude or no?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine. He's a dickhead.
Fans do not. They're mad at him. They don't want to talk to him. Like, do you guys want? What's the vote, Moose? You vote talk to this man or not?
I mean, listen, I think it's always a bad idea when this guy's on the mic, but he also says some hilarious fucked up shit. So, we'll go either way.
Tiff, talk to him or not? So that's one.
I'll throw something at his ass. I mean, I guess if he here.
Right.
Yeah.
Brass, you want to talk to him or no?
No, not really. Let's just do it.
Okay, well, that's 3.
So many good segues tonight.
Bond, talk to him or no?
Excellent.
Sure. Yeah, bring him in.
All right, bring him in. Kenny, you don't even get a vote.
Yeah, it don't matter. Just get it over with.
It's like he's in Boston. Oh my God, this fucking guy.
Oh man.
Is that COVID on your tie? Is that the?
That is the
That
Delta.
tie.
It is, I think.
That
is the
tie
Delta
fighting
variant.
for its life.
I'd rather have Kobe doing play-by-play.
To be honest, COVID is a government conspiracy.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
You coming in dumb.
Mask
Yes.
now.
No, yes, Jesus did not create COVID. COVID was created by the government.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Holy
Tell me
hell.
more.
Yeah.
If we're
What
being
else?
honest.
How did you like tonight, Mark?
How did I like what?
The game tonight.
I like every game. Games are fun. Games are games. Games are for children. Games are what keep us young and keep us agile.
Are you looking forward to see the Warriors in there for a 6th trip to the fucking finals when you couldn't bring them there?
Listen, if you are going to congratulate the Warriors and you're going to congratulate the butterfly, congratulate the cocoon. I created a cocoon like Wilford Brimley in that movie in the 90s.
Yeah, so Mark, I do have a question for you, Mark.
Don't call me Mark, call me Reverend Jackson.
All right, Reverend Jackson.
Motherfucker.
So Reverend Jackson, so will we finally be able to get you to leave one of these broadcasts if we have the arena DJ play It's Raining Men?
No. I don't believe somebody needs to be here and to preach and to pastor to these young men. And there goes that man and that man and that man again. Somebody got to. What?
Have you?
I wasn't even done with my soliloquy.
I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead. And that man over there.
I forgot what I was saying.
Have you and LeBron spoken about the comments he made about his wife?
About his wife?
Mm-hmm.
Who, Savannah?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of her.
With all due respect.
With all due respect, thank you, Mrs. Tiffany Meeks. With all due respect, I've never met Savannah James. I don't even know what her first name is. Hand down, man down.
No. All right.
No.
Hey, Mark. Kenny says you're going to be back here in a couple of weeks. What's up with that?
Yeah, your mouth is
Back
crooked.
in Miami? No, I'm out. I can't come back to Miami because apparently Kenny told me there's a lot of gays in Miami, and I try to stay away from the gays.
Hey, well, you got either Miami or San Francisco, so you kind of stuck either way.
My God, that's why I try to stay in Boston, where they stick to the principles of the Catholic religion.